that is in this room. I don't want to ignore you. I want to acknowledge. And thank Mr. Grimes and Mrs. Grimes for opening up this salon, to the James family, to all of the host committee, and just everybody that is here. Man, to be here in the heart of Newtown. I mean, I'm feeling right at home. We went to go get some mangoes and stuff over at the market, at the Newtown Farmers Market. So I'm feeling right at home. To the Sarasota Progressive Caucus, just thank you so much. I am so overwhelmed with joy here. I told the group this morning that I found my place that I'm going to retire to 70 years from now. But our sister still got a ways to go for that. But, I'm not going to, because I know everybody is going to be coming, Arlene, hopefully over to Fogarty, where we are. So I just want to give you a snapshot. But I do want to say, when I was over there at that museum and I was talking to young James about what was on the wall and just really taking it in, and a picture struck me where there were African American folks protesting for the right to be able to swim at a beach. So I'm here to say to the community that we have been here before. Yes. And I want to bring you word by a few of our sheroes and heroes of history from the mosaic of humanity. I gotta give a shout out to our million hoodies, millennials in the house. Got to give a shout out to the millennials. I'm kind of jealous of Senator Sanders in a way. Can I just confess? Because he's the coolest, most seasoned millennial I know. They just love a brother. I'm trying to get some of that to rub off on me. So, but I just, out of all the stops, I think this one for me is going to be the best. Because just to be here among my people, in a way, and to hear the expression of what the needs are, Vincent was laying it out, and to have progressives from the mosaic of humanity acknowledge that something has gone wrong, and that together we can make what is wrong, we can turn it and make it right. And that the only way that we're going to change this thing is that if we come together. But we do need conscious-minded folks from all walks of life who understand this. That of all the struggles and the people who are struggling in this country, that African American folks and our Native American sisters and brothers disproportionately suffer more. And that if we are going to talk about a progressive future, we must recognize that in our fight, in our plight. I am so happy for the second chance that the issue that you all are trying to get on the state ballot, because I don't think that anywhere in the United States should anybody who has paid their debt to society be stripped permanently of their right to vote. And we know that is racialized. We don't tell the truth about why they did that. And that of the almost 2.2 million folks that are housed in prisons, that the overwhelming majority of those folks are black, and then Native American, and then Hispanic, and that something is wrong in this country when we spend $80 billion a year to house people in prisons. But we won't, or in the system in some way, but we won't make that same requisite deep investment in our children from the beginning. I think it was Frederick Douglass that said it is far more easier to make an investment in children than it is to try to fix broken men. There's something wrong in this country that we will not educate our babies, and that if you are black and brown and poor, people just forget about you. So I bring you word by Congresswoman Barbara Jordan, who said what the people want is simple. They want an America as good as its promise. Yes. That is what we are fighting for each and every day, is an America as good as its promise. And so when I say that we've been here before, that we cannot let the presidency of one man deter us from our mission of social justice and equality. Because I swear to you, I promise you, that although I don't know whether or not the man will be impeached, what I can promise you is this, is that 2020 is coming one way or another. And we got to prepare for 2020. That there's an African proverb that says that one must never build their shield on the battlefield. Well, sisters and brothers, it is shield building time. Right. Yes. And, our mission, our collective mission, and we can't wait for other folks to do it. Titles are really good. Can I say that? They get your phone calls returned, they get you in the room. A title is good. Yeah. But purpose is better. Yes. And we need more purpose-driven people. So whether folks are running for office, or supporting people who are running for office, or supporting great causes, we need, as my grandmother would say, lottie-dottie and everybody on this thing, in on this thing. And there's nobody too big or too small to do this work. that I do owe a debt of gratitude, that all of us in this room owe a debt of gratitude to folks who fought for things that they never ever had the privilege of enjoying for themselves. That as, especially in African American people, that as James Baldwin said, know from whence you came. If you know from whence you came, there's virtually nowhere that you cannot go. Or in the Negro spiritual, religious, Christian song, How I Got Over. My soul looks back and wonders how I got over. Young James told me about a dynamic, fantastic, magnanimous woman with last name of Booker. Right? Who did that thing. Didn't have a fancy title, but stood up and did that thing. And now she is remembered all across this community. I do bring you word, though, that there is no power on this earth more powerful than a determined, conscious-minded people to make things right. And that we should not allow this little blip on the screen. I think God is trying to tell us something, right? He got our attention right now, right? He got your attention. Yeah, he told you. He told you. He got our attention. Got our attention. That we are not down and out. You know, I had a chance this morning. Arlene or D, tell me the name of the band. Was it what was the name
Caribbean,
of the Caribbean?
Curve.
So,
Root.
Caribbean Root. So these brothers from Haiti. So when I got in there and got good up in the room, I hear this song. Don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is gonna be all right. Man, that's our mantle. You know, and I was feeling that thing real deep inside of my bones, that no matter what is happening around us, that we don't have to worry about a thing, because every little thing is going to be all right. And you know why? Because people like us, the people like us in this room, we're going to turn this thing around. Yes. And it may take a moment or two, but baby, we're going to turn this around. How do I know it? Because I'm talking to a people who were treated like chattel in this country. Not even less than second-class citizens, but like an object, a horse, a dog were treated. Horses and dogs were treated better than us. We were chattel. But that we come from a people who understood that even if they didn't taste freedom, baby, they were going to fight for it for somebody else. How we got over, our souls should look back and wonders how we got over the blood, sweat, and tears of people whose names we know and peoples whose names we don't know, but a committed people to causes bigger than themselves. We are blessed even in all of our struggles in the 21st century because they gave of their lives, and people who didn't die gave of their livelihoods. See, people talk about revisionist history. They don't talk about how the struggle of Rosa Parks, for example, even though she lived, but the struggle of how she was displaced and mistreated because she stood up. We are facing that same plight today. But if we are committed enough and strong enough to do what is right, even when we know in the face of adversity, when we can bring our sisters and brothers from all ethnicities together and stand up and say, not on our watch, when we continue to allow our babies to be mistreated and miseducated, not on our watch. We will allow people not to have the jobs that they need to take care of their families, not on our watch. In the most important country on the face of the earth, or the wealthiest country on the face of the earth, can we allow people not to have health care, not on our watch. Will we leave anybody behind? That is, don't worry about a thing. Every little thing is going to be all right as long as we're willing to work. So I don't want to give it all away, and I don't even want to assume that everybody. But y'all got me pumped up, Mr. Grimes. I'm telling you, I'm ready. You know, and so I people often ask, what's your party? People may have seen me raising heaven, I'll say, on behalf of great causes and our people all over. See, I don't mince words. I'm too grown for that now. Too much time. I'm on a mission, and I'm very focused about it. And I'm not trying to win popularity contests. I'm going to stand up for the people. It's Brother Malcolm X that once said that he was for what's right, no matter who it's for or who it's against. That's how I'm rolling. So when people ask me what is my affiliation, I say this is not about a Democrat or a Republican. See, I was born a black woman first. What I am a part of is the mosaic of humanity. What is my party affiliation? Hell-raising humanitarian. That's what I am. That's my party affiliation. So I'm going to start telling the truth on some of these folks. I've been doing it for a long time, but I'm all the way out there now. It's all the way out there now. And so what I say to my people, and I mean all of my people from all walks of life, that we cannot allow some political affiliation to make us so much that we can't think for ourselves. And we cannot allow ourselves to be continuously taken for granted. See, one party takes us for granted and the other one just ignores us. No, we can no longer allow that to happen to us, that we don't owe anybody our vote. They must earn our vote. And to the creed of Sister Janet Jackson, when she said in that song, "What have you done for me lately?" That's what we want to know. That's what we want to know. I'm all off script. I'm all off script. Sister all off script. Because, you know, where's the mayor at? Is the mayor all back there in the cut and everything? Mayor. I saw, which mayor? We got new mayor and we got three mayors. All of the mayors are here. Dang, I feel real good. All the mayors came to see us. So, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. We just want conscious-minded folks. But I just want you to know that we cannot be taken for granted if we say to ourselves we're not going to let folks take us for granted. He was sharing with me that the poverty rate in Florida, 37% poverty rate. I've never met anybody who said that when they grow up they want to be poor. Everybody has a hope and a dream. So something has to be wrong with the system in some way. And we know that there are outliers some places. But when people are running for office, they ought to love, and I mean love, the people who they want to represent, because it is a ministry. It is a ministry. And that once they get into these offices, don't forget what they said along the campaign trail.
Amen.
And then they got to be willing to lose. They got to be willing to lose.
Walk away.
We need a walk away. We need people who are pushing public policies that will lift people and who do understand that the needs are great and that there is a difference between equality and equity. See, if I treat everybody equal, that means we all get the same. But equity says to me that I'm going to give to my sister if she needs more than me. I'm going to give her more than me and be okay with that. There's a difference between equality and equity. So we come from a people, the mosaic of humanity. I will also say that other than being a hell-raising humanitarian, that I am an angry black woman. I am mad as hell about a whole bunch of stuff that is going on in this country. I am mad. And if folks ain't mad, something wrong with you. And Sister James, I'm taking applications, okay? Everybody can be an angry black woman. Come on and roll with this. Because we need to be mad in this country. Leaving too many folks behind. We ought to be mad as hell that we have school systems that don't educate our children to compete globally. We ought to be mad as hell that we have politicians, particularly in the Congress, who enjoy some of the best health care that money can buy, but they're going to equivocate on Medicare for all. We ought to be mad as hell that people work 2 and 3 and 4 jobs and still can't make ends meet. It's called the working poor for a reason. We ought to be mad that only a small slice of folks in this society, those folks who got the most money, now own our politicians. They're not donors, they are owners. And that if we are not careful, we will become an oligarchy in this country. Yes, I am mad as hell that we have 6 million jobs right now, experts say, that are open, but we don't have people to fill those jobs because we have a skill problem in this country. If people are not mad about what is happening, then something is wrong. And we are sick and tired of politicians whispering sweet nothings in our ear. You got to do something or get out of office. So yeah, I'm mad. And angry black women unite. And we taking applications. Anybody can join the club, because when the mamas get ready to go, we going, right? We going. So we got to be conscious. So I'm going to close with this. My grandmother used to always say, because I'm going to save the rest. I'm going to save the rest. But I'm fired up and ready, sure enough to go. My grandmother used to always say that you can put truth in the river 5 days after lie, but truth gon' catch up. And the truth of what is going on in this country has caught up, that we have left too many of our sisters and brothers behind. That wealth, this country is wealthy, but it is not allowing certain people in this country to be able to even just partake in that wealth, to be able to work their way into that wealth. Do you know the likelihood that somebody is born poor and they will die poor? Not for not trying, but that the system is rigged. That's the only thing that Mr. Trump got right. It sure enough is rigged. That's the only thing. Only thing he done got right. Only thing he done got right. But I will end the way I started, which is saying don't worry about a thing. because every little thing is going to be all right. Because I believe that we serve a creator who works through people. And it is our job that there is no man or woman on the face of the earth that can stop a conscious-minded people. That our mission is so high, sisters and brothers, we can't get over. And our mission is so low, we can't get under. That's right. And our mission is so wide, we can't get around. So what is our commitment to one another? Taking action. That faith without works is dead. That we need to put some sweat equity on that thing. And we can absolutely turn this thing around. I want you to believe it. I want you to know it. I want you to feel it in your bones, in your every being. And that doesn't mean we ain't gonna go through some stuff to get it done. But we understand about the go through. And we were built for this moment. You all were built for this moment. So closing with Grandma's 3 bones, just in case some folks don't make it, Arlene. I got to close with 3. You know, my grandmother hailed from the South. And she couldn't read or write. She was born in 1913. But although she couldn't read or write, she had what we call in the African American community motherhood. One of the smartest women I have ever known. And my grandma kept, you know, she could count her money, sisters. Y'all know what I'm saying? And she kept her money in a handkerchief. In the Southern ladies. And the Southern ladies banking trust. Y'all follow me with that. The Southern ladies banking trust. Pin it to me. Pin it. That's it. And when I asked my grandmother at a very young age, what does it take to be successful in life? She said, my dear granddaughter, all you need are the 3 bones. The wishbone, the jawbone, and the backbone. She said the wishbone will keep you hoping and praying because hope is the motivator, but the dream is the driver. The reason why we're doing what we're doing right here today is because we hope and believe that tomorrow will be better than today. As human beings, we are driven by hope. We are pushed by hope. We are seduced by hope. And any time that we lose hope, we lose very life itself, the essence of who we are as human beings on the face of this earth. Hope pushes us beyond all boundaries. She said you can't lose it. She said the jawbone will give you courage to speak truth, the power to lift your voice. As I said, titles are good, but purpose is better, baby. You don't have to have a fancy title to be able to speak up and to use your voice. Your purpose is better. On the words of the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, he said hate, or he said light. Darkness can't drive out darkness, only light can. That's right. Let your light so shine. Yes. He said hate can't drive out hate, only love can. We even got to love people that sometimes we don't even think are worthy. But Grandma said the most important bone of them all is the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious bone. Can I get some love back here? Can I get some love back here? She said the backbone will keep you standing through all of your trials and your tribulations. We all gonna go through some stuff, but we can't have a testimony without a test. Yes. And we are being tested whether or not we have courage enough, confidence enough, and commitment enough to do what we know is right. To leave this place a better place for the next generation. That is our charge. So sisters and brothers, are you with me? Yes. Are you as mad as a black woman on a mission? Are we gonna take action and turn this thing around? God bless you, New Town.
There's some extra food and drink in the museum next door. If you haven't been over, please stop in and see that. And we want to see everybody at Fogartyville. So if you missed the front desk and didn't get your name tag, go check in with Rebecca. She's going to get you a name tag because that's going to get you into Fogartyville without having to stand in line, okay? 7 o'clock. Be there. Thank you.
For the big keynote speaker.